Look at the Middle Creek.
Middle Creek Wildlife Management Area is a 5,000-acre area of land including a 400-acre lake located in northern Lancaster and southern Lebanon counties in Pennsylvania. It was created, along with other parks, as a result of the Project 70 Land Acquisition and Borrowing Act, which was created on June 22, 1964, which allotted $70 million to create these parks. It officially opened in 1973 with the completion of the Visitor Center. There are many activities to do at Middle Creek, which include the Visitor Center, hiking, fishing, non-motorized boating, birding, photography, hunting, and picnicking. I used to come here all the time as a kid, and I had so many fun memories of spending time here and being one with nature and hiking around. And so I thought I'd make a trip back. So first I'm going to start off at the Visitor Center, then hike around the Conservation Trail, followed by the Willow Point Trail, then the Valley View Trail, and then end my excursion on the Millstone Trail. So the Visitor Center is a focal point of the park and is centrally located. Unfortunately, when I was there, it was closed due to renovations. In the Visitor Center, there are many exhibits to view, and there's also a 3D model map showing the topography of the area. And there's also an observation area to view the lake and see what kind of waterfowl there is. So it's definitely the best place to start your visit. The first trail I hike is the Conservation Trail. It's located right behind the Visitor Center. It's a nice short loop trail, and it goes through various different environments. There's a nice view of the lake. The weather was absolutely beautiful. Not a cloud in the sky, temperatures in the mid-60s, and the foliage was absolutely breathtaking, so brilliant and vibrant. So you go through the woods, you go through meadows. Another nice thing about the park is the trails are very well marked, so it's practically impossible to get lost. Another view of the lake. One of the more popular attractions to Middle Creek are all the waterfowl, namely the ducks, the Canada geese, and in February the snow geese. It's a nice view of the foliage. I would say this is a moderate trail, even though it's shorter in length. There are a few hills. This is yet another view of the lake. Some of the rolling hills in the background. On the next hike, I'll actually be going to the lake itself. There's a nice leisurely stroll through the woods. So calm and serene. I heard quite a few birds, but I've never actually got to see any of them, except for a few of the geese in the distance. And here you can hear a blue jay. Couldn't quite find where it was. Very distinctive sound. This area is starting to get quite swampy and muddy, so there's a lot of boardwalks. Approaching a small stream. here you can hear the Canada geese honking in the distance. Very easily recognizable sound. And we're getting toward the end of the trail, approaching the visitor center again. An open field. Off to the right is Sunfish Pond, which is a small pond where a lot of people fish. Alright, the next hike is going to be the Willow Point Trail. This goes right out to the lake itself. This is actually one of the easier trails. When I was really young, it was pretty much just a grassy trail, and then as you can see now, it's paved asphalt. It's nice and flat. More view of the beautiful foliage. Yeah, just look at the beautiful red foliage there. And golden foliage in the distance. I can't mention the foliage enough, it's just absolutely breathtaking. And at the very end of the trail is the lake. Not much wildlife out there, but the scenery itself is very picturesque. Some more foliage. Yeah, the lake is open pretty much the spring and summer for non-motorized boats like, canoes, rowboats, and kayaks. It's a beautiful golden foliage there. And after the short hike, we're heading back to the trailhead. Alright, the third hike is the Valley View Trail, which is a loop trail. Starts at the Greenbrier parking lot, and it goes up to the top of the Black Oak Ridge. And there's, as the name suggests, there's a vista at the top. It's very beautiful. Also, just beyond the vista is the Horseshoe Trail. Horseshoe Trail is a longer distance trail. It starts at the Appalachian Trail just north of Dauphin, and it goes all the way down to Valley Forge. And here I am approaching the vista. So calm and tranquil. I practically had the entire mountain to myself. And here's the view. See the foliage in the foreground and countryside in the distance. And faintly in the background you can see the Blue Mountains, which is the beginning of the Appalachian Mountains. Where we are now is the Furnace Hills, which is the foothills of the Appalachians, and then the Appalachians actually begin with the Blue Mountains in the distance. Here there's actually a spur trail that cuts over to the Horseshoe Trail. I actually did hike some segments of the Horseshoe Trail in my younger years. Never the whole thing. But I ultimately decided to head back on the Valley View Trail and complete the loop. close-up view of mountain laurel. It's the state flower of Pennsylvania. The blooms come in pretty much like April. Now this is a parking area near the dam of the Middle Creek Lake. And then the final hike is the Millstone Trail, which, like the Valley View Trail, is a loop trail. It goes to the top of the ridge, and there's a beautiful vista there. Now, for a while, there was also the Braille Trail, which is the same trail as the Millstone, but it was like a shorter loop, and there would be like posts with like a wire for blind people to hike, but apparently they discontinued that. Now, both the Valley View Trail and the Millstone Trail, because of climbing up the top of the ridge, is a little bit more strenuous, so I call it like a moderately difficult hike. Now here's the millstone itself, where it gets its namesake. I'm not too familiar with the history, but apparently maybe there was a mill up here and they would use it to, crush grain. Stone fixture there. Imagine wheeling that thing all the way up the mountain. Alright, here we are approaching the vista. Another absolutely gorgeous view. And watch your step, there's plenty of rocks. And just look at with the Valley View vista, I have the whole entire mountain to myself. Yeah, just look at that. Every time I see this, I just imagine Bob Ross. Imagine him up here with his easel, palette, and brushes and painting that scenery. The ambient sounds in the background as you're enjoying the view. Just like with the Valley View Trail, the Horseshoe Trail also meets the Millstone Trail at the top, so you can connect to it there. Here I am at the tail end of the trail on the way down. It makes another loop, as I said before, and we're approaching the road. Well, I had a lot of fun on my hikes, and the weather was absolutely perfect, and the foliage was breathtaking, and it was an amazing experience, and definitely worth a visit if you ever make it out to this area.
Well, I hope you enjoyed my tour of Middle Creek. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. This is Stalkaz. See ya.